This is my friend Connor's band, Grand Folly, the Noble Rot. This is the epitome of Nine Inch Nails. It's a revival of Nine Inch Nails. Literally, this whole album has Nine Inch Nails vibes throughout. Literally, I'm going to try to go track by track basis in this album. It's very hard for me to do it because it all flows together, but we're going to give it a shot. Grand Folly, the Noble Rot starts out with an instrumental track known as Brewer. This track alone, I think, has 5 man-made instruments or man-made samples that he put in this album by itself. And it just blew me away at how much work was put into this. I just love this album. It's amazing. Definitely one of the best albums I have ever reviewed this year. It's just an amazing fucking album, man. But this first track reminded me of The Fragile. The whole album, The Fragile by Nine Inch Nails, it's kind of like the same kind of vibes that I had with this first track. And just this album alone. I think that he had a lot of inspiration from Trent and from Atticus and everybody in Nine Inch Nails, fucking Richard Patrick, all that stuff. The Downward Spiral and The Fragile, I think, were the biggest influence albums for this album here. So Brewer is an instrumental that basically just sets the mood. And then we move on to Eyes for You. This track is absolutely fucking awesome, dude. It has that just eerie, dark vibe with the knocks on the walls, and there's like bass in it. There's not really bass. I mean, it's a homemade bass. And then he's got like knocks on the walls and like closing doors. And he's got like synths that are just like ear-splitting synths at the very end. And his voice sounds just like fucking Trent, dude. It is ridiculous. I couldn't believe it. I was like, this is insane, dude. Like my whole Twitch stream was going nuts. They were like, even Nine Inch Nails fans didn't even know who this band was. So we shared it on Reddit. I think, yeah, someone shared this on Reddit when we did the live stream. And there was like, I think there was like 30 people in the live stream checking this band out that they've never heard it before. But yeah, dude, this track was awesome. Definitely one of my favorites after listening to it. Fantastic Passion. The next track in the album is basically, it's another instrumental again, but it has like a fly, kind of like, it's like an out of tune violin at the beginning, and it like sounds like a fly. And then it leads into the plucked guitar strings that you would hear on The Downward Spiral and The Fragile. As I said, I'm going to keep on mentioning that album because it is insane. I'm going to be sharing this with my friend Jamie because he loves Nine Inch Nails. But yeah, dude, this album is perfect, dude. This instrumental is definitely one of the unsung heroes on the album. At the height of it all, another fantastic track, dude. This track reminded me of the track Getting Smaller off of With Teeth. And I absolutely love With Teeth. It's my favorite Nine Inch Nails album of all time. Dude, his voice, when he goes, "At the height of it all," it just reminds me of "Our world is getting smaller every day." Yeah. It's kind of like it's the same vibes that I got from this track, dude. It's just awesome. You have to listen to this track. Definitely one of the best on the album. A Part of You. This track is something special. First off, I'm going to tell you the ending. The ending has plucked guitar strings with a fucking xylophone. That should just tell you that this track is going to be fire, dude. It is amazing. This track is awesome. It reminds me of the track All Mixed Up, or All Messed Up, I think it's called. Maybe I'm All Mixed Up? I think it's All Mixed Up by Nine Inch Nails. Of course, I'm going to keep on mentioning that band because, I mean, he's number one influence. And shout out goes to Connor for signing this, dude. I think I was one of the first copies to buy this. So I was like, yeah, I'm going to buy this album because I need this album, dude. I need it in vinyl, bro. Connor, you need to make a vinyl, bro. Like, seriously. I can't wait for your next album. Dude, this track is awesome. Literally, it starts out with an eerie bass, and then it's got that plucked guitar string, and then it's like, "You want to abuse me, and laugh and say." I don't know what he says, but yeah, dude, this track is so awesome, so nostalgic for just a classic Nine Inch Nails fan like myself, bro. I gotta wear my hat. Whew, I'm fangirling, though. I'm fangirling over Nine Inch Nails, bro. This album is just amazing, dude. I'm telling you, bro, if you love Nine Inch Nails, please listen to this album. The next track is My Martyr. And this track has a lot of pans in it. I really like this track. It's not really one of my favorites, but I did like this. This was a very, very just unique track with all the pans and like the tambourines and the knocks and everything just about it. It's like he's stepping on like concrete and you can hear the echo when he's stepping, and he puts it in the album, dude. This dude, I think he spent 5 or 6 years making this album, and this track really shows how much work he has put into this album. On to the most eeriest track of this album, Appetite. One of my 3 favorites. Oh my god, this track, dude. Gloomy, dark, dreary, morbid, macabre. You think of it, you name it, that's it, man. Absolutely amazing track. I love this. I love the fucking out-of-tune violin, dude. It's just so... Oh, it's so... Dude, for every horror fan, please listen to this track. Just listen to this album. It's because it's about a fucking psycho's life, basically. It's like a psycho's point of view. It's what I feel this out. I think I said, what did I say? A dark descent into the mind of a sociopath which falls in love with a mannequin displayed in one album. In addition, it could be about a sadomasochist that enjoys pain and giving pain. This album is amazing. Please, this is one of the best tracks on this album. Within These Walls, another amazing track, dude. Awesome. Just fucking awesome, dude. The whole vibe with this track, it just brings up the downward spiral. Literally, everything about this track is the downward spiral. If I can name a track that it reminds me, 2 tracks it reminds me of Ruiner and it reminds me of Reptile. I love the downward spiral, one of the best albums of all time until I heard this album, of course. But yeah, dude, this track is awesome. Huge horror vibes with this track as well. And just starts out slow and it picks up and you can hear Connor's screams. It sounds just like fucking Trent, dude. Literally just like him. Modus operandi. Oh my god, this track chills down my spine, dude. Chills down my spine with this. Especially at the end when he talks into the mic, just like really close like this. He talks like this. And it reminds me of The Wretched, and it reminds me of The Great Below off of The Fragile. Dude, this track, goosebumps throughout, all throughout. I think this is one of my top 3 favorites now after listening to the album. My top 3s were Lever Lament, Appetite, and Within These Walls, but I think I'm going to change it. I think this is definitely one of my favorites because of the voice at the end is just awesome. He whispers in the beginning and it just goes into this whole wretched vibe and the Great Below vibe in this whole track. It's just awesome, dude. I can't get over how awesome this album is, man. The Beheading. This track is another instrumental, first off, and it reminds me of Fragile. Again, it just brings off that vibe, dude. This whole album is the Fragile and the Downward Spiral. I said, I don't know how many times I said it, like 5 times, but yeah, dude, it's just awesome. It's an awesome fucking album, dude. This instrumental has a high pass filter on, I believe it's a guitar. I think it's a guitar. I can hear a guitar kind of, and it has a beautiful piano melody throughout. And it's just an awesome track. I definitely love this track. It's one of my favorites. I mean, I can't pick all my favorites, but this track's awesome. My favorite track on the album, and I'm just getting goosebumps talking about it. Leather Lament. Dude, this track is something else. It seeps into my soul. Every single time I listen to this track, dude, it just seeps into my fucking soul. I love this track. Please, for the love of God, just listen to this. I will try to explain it the best I can. It's just awesome. Literally, it is just, I can't even explain this track. There's so much changes, so much just emotion goes through this. You can just hear it in his voice. You see the tap in my eyes. Something like that, dude. I don't know what he says, but holy shit, dude. It's just It just goes straight to your soul, man. I love this. And just when you think this song is over, it almost goes into this very just weird vibe, dude. And then it comes back in again. I was like, what? Dude, it surprised the shit out of me the first time I heard it. I still love this. This is my all-time favorite song by Grand Folly. A Searing Reality is our finale. And this track, I believe it has a ukulele, it has a guitar, it has synths, it has a piano, everything. It has a violin. It is just awesome. It's an awesome track. It's an instrumental. I mean, there's just a scream, a long ass scream in it, and then an instrumental. And it just brings me to the end. Grand Folly, the Noble Rot, got an over 9,000 out of 10 rating, which is my highest rating I give to an album on my channel. It still to this day is an over 9,000 out of 10 rating. It is a fantastic album, and I definitely suggest this for any Nine Inch Nails fan out there in the world if they watch this. If you do watch this, please share this to anything that is related to Nine Inch Nails because he needs to be known. He needs to be heard. I consider this a hidden gem in music. If you guys have never heard this, please pick it up. You can buy it. I'll provide the link down in the comments below, a pinned comment. This album is for fans of Nine Inch Nails, How to Destroy Angels, Ministry, The Black Queen, and Skinny Puppy. It has the genres of gothic, industrial, ambient, experimental, and synthwave/retrowave. MVP is Connor Madigan, of course. My 3 favorite songs, Lever Lament, Within These Walls, and Appetite. Absolutely amazing tracks. Should you buy Grand Folly, the Noble Rot? Yes, you should. So go fucking do it. Peace!